That spear looks adherent, all right. Guess we're on the right track. Views like this remind me why I came to the Living Lands in the first place.
Something stirs here.
Blood and a broken tripwire. Maybe Offrig's squad passed through here. Look at that. That statue. How did anyone build that all the way down here?
Rituals. Whispers of searing light.
On a sneaker fight. Quiet as the depths. We make a good squad. Hold it together, kid. We're nearly there.
not, my brother? I got to be dreaming. Oh, gods, am I dead? Is this the Beyond Spirit? Have you come to take me to Galloway's side?
The kid's in bad shape, but he's not too far gone. I think we can help him.
I'm not ready. I've never even touched a girl. It's not fair.
Not with that. No. Oh, you mean healing him. Sorry, I'm all out of potions. I don't know any healing magic either.
Magic? I had to learn some magic, but only the kind that explodes. I don't want to explode. Please help me. Oh, God, that's wretched. Are you sure you're not trying to kill me?
That's just the medicine working. And look, you're halfway to lucid, and your wounds are closing up.
Oh, wow. I feel leagues better. I thought for sure you were coming to take me back to the wheel. Who are you? What you doing down here? A free expedition corps out of High Crown. Yeah, that's us. Well, that's me anyway. The rest of those assholes went on without me after I got hurt. We'll come back for you once we've got the relic, Cadman, honest. Oh, shit. Yeda was probably hoping I'd croak so she wouldn't have to tell our freak how she abandoned me. All she cares about is that oracle and his relic, which is probably just a big old dog bone if you ask me. He's probably still down there, fiddling with the statue. You must have seen it on your way in. I doubt I know much more than you do. I mean, you're godlike, just like him.
Come on, kid. Don't get starstruck now.
Well, he's touched by Aethys, right? And he's supposed to be old, like hundreds of years old. And I don't mean elf old, he's extra old, like Aethys has been keeping him alive or something.
Great. He's old. Anything else?
They used to receive pilgrims, but only the ones who could make it to him. This place, it's like a trial.
Yeah, we've seen the same traps and crumbling buildings you have.
And he's building something. A statue of Aethys, I think. But I don't know what for. I mean, after what Aethys did in the Deadfire, people don't come here anymore. Our captain, she's... I don't know. I don't want to talk out of turn.
Relax. You're not the first person to have a bad commander.
It's not like that. I mean, it didn't used to be. Yeda's not been quite herself lately. I've always known her to be cautious, careful. Now she charges forward recklessly. And she pushes us as hard as she pushes herself. And that's how I got hurt.
Has she been short-tempered? Distracted?
Yeah. When we make camp, she has these terrible dreams. Wakes us all up with her screaming and muttering.
Can't be sure, but it sounds like the dream scourge to me, Envoy.
He'll be the last one to have seen him, I bet. I'll just rest up here a minute before I head back to Paradise.
Take it easy. No sense getting yourself into another scrape.
Promise, I'll take it slow. Hey, Envoy, for what it's worth, I really thought I was gonna die down here. It's a lucky thing you found me then. Right, yeah. You got those assholes to save and everything. I hope they're better off than I was.
Seems like a good kid. Glad we could give him a hand. Maybe one of the honest girls will too. So, the kid said the expedition team went deeper, looking for the Oracle. I say we head after him. Right behind you.
To your left!
Didn't realize the head of the steel garrote was into antiques. I see someone. Be ready for anything.
Brother, can it be? Come, stand in the light. Let me look at you. It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us, but you... Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle Sargamas, servant of the once shining god, he whose light has lately dimmed. What brings you to this sacred space? Then Sargamas spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness even for you, if you will embrace him. I am that same Sargamas. Though it has been some time since a man has knelt before me and begged absolution, as Hamka did. The people do not hold to the gods any longer, and they do not hold to their servants. We live in a time of disbelief. The gods are absent, and have recalled their gifts from the world. Avarice reigns. Acquisition is the faith to which all men bow. But perhaps there is hope. You have read the Book of Verses, and we are here together, if only briefly. in this moment, we are not entirely alone. Be welcome, for you have found it. People like you and I once sought this place in moments of spiritual turmoil, when the world and our souls could not find rest. Moments of war, famine, massacres, when those such as us are called upon to speak the gods' wills and to lead. But I have seen not one of us these last 3 years, and it is rare indeed that pilgrims come to pray. Perhaps our meeting now is the work of immortal hands. I pray that it is so. Godlike. Such a meager word for us, who are the gods' eyes and ears and hearts. We are the phenomena through which the gods experience the world. We are as like the gods as a finger is like a man. You and I and our raptured brethren, we are the gods themselves.
That's all very poetic, but it doesn't answer the question. Is this place special to godlikes?
It had been once, when we were legion, but no longer. Our kind came here to find fellowship and understanding in a world determined to bend us to its purposes. This is a heavy burden you carry, to be beloved of both a god and a god among men. I imagine one cannot help but wonder, did he elevate you for your skills and knowledge, your strengths, your accomplishments, or for what you are? You and I are instruments of a divine will. In choosing you to be his envoy, your emperor ennobles his purpose and tarnishes yours. Indeed. It has been my obsession these last few years, hewn by my own hands from stone in Ardra, and no small degree of melancholy. I suspect it will be my last great labor before this body is returned to the earth, and I am returned to my God. If I am, it is from an affliction that death will not cure. But no, brother, I am only very old. My light is waning. As Aethys' essence leaves the world, I am leaving with him. His essence has kept me alive for centuries, and soon we will enter the longest night. I am as you are, though I do not care for the word. Aethys the Dawn Treader is my lord and patron. If you will forgive me saying so, I am surprised to meet you here. Even before the vanishing of our kind, it had been some years since a child of Galawain came to speak with me. And I have never seen a member of the Lord of the Hunt's coterie whose visage resembles yours. Ah, of course. I should not have assumed. I have had the great privilege to speak with thousands of our kind during my long life. And you do not resemble a single one of them. But if not Galawain, I cannot imagine who else among the Pantheon might have blessed you. My relationship with my lord has oftentimes been the one succor through difficult seasons of my life. I hope that when you find your patron, it is the same for you. May I ask, as a god's child, did your earthly parents love you? Even many kith untouched by gods are not so lucky. There are many theories, which the holy and learned of Eora have only just begun to argue. But you did not ask me for theories. Frankly, I do not know for certain. However, I believe the gods are preparing for war. A war of all against all. A struggle between destiny and design. Who yokes the soul of the world? Whose machinations turn the wheel? Who acts and whom is acted upon? That is the ultimate power, brother. The only power there is to decide the fate of another and to make it so. For so long as we have lived, it is the gods who have decided for us. But change is possible, if we are brave enough to want it. And kith have lately grown very brave indeed. Indeed, my soul has dwelled in this form for centuries, beyond even the lifespan of the longest-lived elf. My lord Aethys inspired my birth in the same year the kingdom of Adir was founded. You might say my birth heralded the empire you now serve. Many, yes. Some that inspired awe, others dread. For a time, I proselytized among the colonists who first settled Glanfath. I held the door of my parish church against an onslaught of Glanfathan raiders, and I watched them fall prostrate before my light. I tended the wounded in the Broken Stone War, the War of Black Trees, the War of Defiance, and in many wars that were never given the dignity of a name, and since have been forgotten. I can hardly recall them anymore. Is that what they're calling him now? I heard the man that was Widewin speak when he was but a farmer. He had a presence even then, furious, incandescent. It was astonishing, his power. I wonder, had my lord already made a home in his body by then? Did my lord share with Widewin his plans to wage a pointless, bloody war while wearing the poor man's face? What a grave injustice, to have your body stolen and be made into a saint. Tragic Widewin. Pitiable Widewin. I grieve for what became of him. God help me. I do. About 630, yes. Give or take a decade. One does lose count. The Deerwood has been a troubled place since the very moment of its inception. Conflicts erupted as regularly as spring flowers, to bloom and die as swiftly. So, there is always some dark corner in need of light, if you'll indulge me in the metaphor. Truthfully, I had been jailed for proselytizing in Colklin, and it was to the colonies I was exiled. So it was the Deerwood or death. I had nowhere else to go. That is a question for my lord. I have asked him many times, but even when he spoke to me, he would not say. I suspect it is his essence that has kept me alive, and now that he has abandoned this world, well, I soon expect to die. In prayer, in dreams, as I ate and loved and labored, his voice was a constant murmuring in my ear. But when I spoke to him, he never did reply. So, do not mistake his talking for a conversation. He only wanted to be heard. Not anymore. Because you are my brother, and I want someone to know. I suppose it's not impossible, but the gods typically make themselves known to us in our earliest days, before we have left the comfort of the womb. They are present in our hearts and minds before we even have a notion of I at all. I am sorry. Yours is an unusual case. Tell me, this voice in your head, do you want it to be your god? You do not seem especially troubled. No more than any kith subject to life's uncertainties. As to what the voice is, if it is unlikely to be a god, I cannot say. It may be a particularly powerful soul attempting to control you, or the echoes of a past life. Perhaps it is the sending of an archmage, or some ancient construct of Engwithan make. Or it may just be the beginnings of the dream scourge. Whatever this voice is, I suspect only an expert in souls can say. An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
An expedition? You know, treasure maps, matching outfits, campfire songs, the works.
I am familiar with the concept, tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous. And this representation of Earthis we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here? The splinter of Earthis. I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss. The splinter of Earthis is a sliver of shin bone from my lord's titan body. It was carved from his skeleton many centuries ago. Yet long after the gods left this mortal world to claim their dominion in the beyond, the splinter is infused with the very essence of my lord's power, to illuminate without fire, to heal without injury, and to speak without voice. It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed, myself. The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures. Although, perhaps you might assist me with that.
If you're about to ask us to tidy up, think again. My place is a much bigger mess.
Oh, no. I had something far grander in mind. You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way. I am most grateful. Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or devices. May light illuminate your path, brother.
this reminds me of the strangle route. But how is anything this big going all the way down here? You take lead.
Another win, but who's counting?
6 years in Longshore, and I never knew something this big was under our feet the whole time. Dream Scourge ahead. I hate to think it reaches all the way down here.
Thorns beside violets, essence twisted out of shape.
Mine now! Going for you! Right flank! Another down.
repose, a pulse beating out of time. Should it be disturbed?
If it weren't for the creepy oracle and the invading roots, this place would be kinda nice. There's the relic. It can't be as easy as just grabbing it. Unseen, unheard. No one said anything about tight spaces.
This one's mine. Next one's mine.
false idol. It waits.
Something's moving in the main chamber. Quiet as the depths.
Let me catch my breath. Watch the left.
I was just getting warmed up. That earthquake must have knocked something loose. Well, better a flood than a cave-in.